This Tesla Model X Plaid has been in my hands for over 2.5 weeks, ever since my new Tesla Model Y Juniper went into the service for what was supposed to be an airbag replacement, but ended up an entire driver's seat replacement. Today I will tell you about my impressions about Tesla Model X Plaid, which I have been driving for the past 2.5 weeks, as mentioned. And if you're interested in what is going on with the repair of my Tesla Model Y Juniper, go and check this video in a pop-up link above, where I put a playlist with everything what has so far happened to a Tesla Model Y Juniper and the issues I faced while owning that car. Alright, I was actually quite surprised to receive a Tesla Model X Plaid with of course Plaid badge into my hands as the loaner instead of the Model Y. But since they gave me this car, I'm happy to use it, of course. It was a lot of positive impressions, of course, and also something that I don't really like about this Model X Plaid, and that's exactly what I will be describing. Since I'm here on this little parking or whatever abandoned schoolyard, let me take you inside the car, all around the car, and I will tell you about the driving impressions, then auto parking features, acceleration, etc, etc. So let me start from inside. And since this is the Model X Plaid, it has 1000 horsepower, acceleration is insane, and it has an air suspension, which is something I like about this car. That's the positive. But the best thing I like about this Model X, as well as about my Model Y Juniper from 2025-26 model year, the latest one, as well as something that every Tesla has, this is the Autopilot feature. And since this is the Tesla's car, a loaner car, and this has the maximum capabilities available in Europe. I'm in Norway now, and in Europe this is the enhanced Autopilot, which includes the auto parking on top of whatever my car Model Y has with the basic Autopilot. And Autopilot is really something that I did not expect to fall in love so much. Normally I am someone who likes driving, who enjoys the curvy roads, especially here in Norway. But since I tried an Autopilot for the first time in my Model Y and here on Model X, I truly fell in love with it. This feature, which allows you to relax and let the car steer for you entirely on the curvy roads, not only lane keeping assist on straight lines, but truly car is steering for you. This is so much relaxing, and I could not believe that I will actually like it, and that I actually really liked it. So this is the number one thing, literally and truly, that I like the most about Teslas, the auto steer function. That is just amazing. So this is late 2021 Tesla Model X Plaid, and it still has an ultrasonic parking sensors. Let me show you, like here. Here is the parking sensor. Here is the parking sensor, and of course on the back, on the bumper, there are also parking sensors and parking sensors. Unlike all the Teslas after I think in 2023 they removed the parking sensors, this one still has the sensors, and it parks automatically pretty damn good. I tried both. The parallel parking works fine and it's pretty accurate, and it is definitely more confident than, let's say, on a Zeekr 7X. I tried a Zeekr 7X a couple of days ago, and it does have plenty of sensors. It is capable to park automatically, but it is extremely cautious. You can see that the steering wheel is turning very gently, versus on Tesla the steering wheel goes like it goes straight to the left, straight to the right, and then car is more accurate, more confident on doing maneuvers. So in both cases the feature works, whether it's a Tesla or like in case of Zeekr, and it's good. The next thing I like about driving this Model X, and the same is applicable to my Model Y, these are the seats. I used to drive a 2006 Mitsubishi Outlander. The seats were okay, but I think that the cushion was too soft, and on the long distances eventually I was getting tired. But here, and the cushion is firm, and it gives much more support for me as a driver, and I don't get tired so much, if ever. And also the feature of ventilated seats is also super cool, and I enjoy it. My Tesla Model Y Juniper also has ventilated seats, and that is a contribution to the more relaxed feeling after the long drive. Okay, the Tesla Model X Plaid is only a 6-seater option. You can have a Model X with 5 or 7 seats, but a Model X Plaid is only a 6-seater car. And here is how the interior looks. So we have 2 seats, like a cup. This is the hardback, and this is the hardback, and this is all one seat, and therefore the back is not adjustable. And this is the third row of seats, and my daughter is driving with us, and I will show you how much room is there on the back seat. Just a moment. Alright, so this is driver's seat adjusted to my preference, and I am on the second row of seats. It's enough of room. There is a screen for the rear row passengers, and here is quite some room, which can be utilized as space to put your bags. On a long trip we were driving from middle Norway to the southern Norway for like 9 hours drive. We had the bags with our snacks in here. It was very convenient to have a space, and also my daughter was able to choose where she wants to sit, and she was moving from second row to the third row and back and forward a couple of times. And it is also convenient for someone sitting on the third row, where is definitely not so much room, just to be able to stretch legs into this space and find a more convenient seating position. For the third row there is a ventilation flap, and pretty much it. My daughter was she is like 1.30 meters, so she was feeling comfortable with the child seat on the third row. And also our friend, she is like maybe 1.60 meters. She also used to feel comfortable with her legs stretched in here. And also from the third row it's quite nice to have a big screen and you can also watch YouTube, and that is a big benefit of that. Okay, you have also a small light for the third row passengers, and not much windows, but this car is mostly about some other features, and let's talk about them. Oh, all right, before I move on, it's important to mention that my wife during our long trip used to sit on the second row, and the one thing she didn't like is that the seat belt of this second row chairs has a latch which is actually right in the seat itself, so it's here. So you see the latch for the seat belt, it's not on the side of the seat like here on the wire, but it's right on the bolster, and it like, and she said that she has been feeling a little bit tension on her hip, because this sacrifices some space, and it could have been moved actually to the outside of the seat instead of being on the seat, which can be a little inconvenience on the longer trips. Apart of that, we did not have any issues with Falcon doors on this car. This is the second Model X loaner, and the first one during my first service of Model Y was also a Model X Plaid, and that car I believe had a little issues with Falcon door, but this one so far performs pretty reliable. There are no door pockets on the Falcon doors, because otherwise things would have started falling from top. And there is a little window, panoramic window, which adds up a little bit to the spacious feeling inside. And of course the second row glass is tinted, unlike the glass for the driver and the passenger. And again, this space is really useful. For the second row, there are cup holders, 2 USB-C ports for charging, air conditioning control, and air conditioning itself is, the vents are all mounted inside. It's around the screen, and you can control the AC from the screen. You can connect Bluetooth headphones to the screen and listen to the music without disturbing the driver. And there are also cup holders and USB-C charging ports for the third row passengers. Okay, let's move on. Oh, you see, it detected me and did not close. Alright, there are a few premium features which Model X has compared to Model Y. First is automatic doors, so once you step on the brake, the door closes, and there is also like a, how is it called, a tensioner. So if you accidentally don't close the door completely, it will pull the door and close it tight for you. And also door can be once opened, and then let's say you go out from the car, and then you just press the button, and it can be automatically closed from outside as well. Alright, one thing, the other thing I like so much about Model X Plaid is adjustable air suspension and adaptive damping. That is something which really, I think, in case of Tesla, distinguishes the Tesla in particular compared to, let's say, other premium brands from China, like that Zeekr 7X that I tested. That car has also an adjustable air suspension and also adjustable dampers and adjustable steering feel. and I tried that Zeekr in a sport mode, heavy steering, low suspension, and sport setting for the dampers, and that Zeekr was softer, the steering feel was lighter, and the damper response and suspension response was softer in a sport mode on Zeekr than it is in the comfort mode on this Model X Plaid. That is strange. I mean, it's of course cool to have a comfortable SUV like Zeekr is, even though the Zeekr was on the 21st wheels, 21 inch wheels, and the Model X is on 20 inches. The Zeekr still was softer, more cushy, and the steering was less with a less feedback in the sport mode than this Model X in the comfort mode. That's why the Model X is the better car, on my opinion, and I can really feel the difference in case of Model X, whether I'm using a sport setting of suspension or I'm using a comfort setting. And the way you adjust it is very simple. It's just here, pedals and steering. You can also select acceleration here, and then it's steering weight, heavy, and in suspension you can go to low, very low, and then comfort, auto, sport, and advanced. And I was using so far comfort and sport and very low suspension, and it's really noticeable, and it's definitely worth trying, and it is practical, and it may be something that you want to pay for in case you really want the best, the fastest acceleration, the best efficiency of the car of such size as Model X, and in case you really need a 6-seater car. Alright, I also liked that Model X has a bigger diameter steering wheel compared to the one I have on a Model Y Juniper. It does not have any stocks, not on this side, nor on the left side. There are no stocks, and therefore turning indicators are here, the sensor buttons. This is okay, this is actually better than I anticipated. However, these are more like taptic or haptic feedback buttons, and often when I'm on a longer drive and I just want to change my arm position from here on top of the wheel to the bottom of the wheel, I often just swipe here and then I indicate unnecessarily, and that is something not really the best of this car. Okay, moving on about this huge panoramic glass. I also anticipated that having so much open space here above my eyes will actually be unpractical in a sunny day, and the last week I was returning from the long trip, and actually this tint works quite well. I did use a couple of times this sun blind, but this position of the sun blind here, I think this is not the best position. It does turn a little bit upwards and down, but on my opinion this could have been moved a little higher and be like a sun blind somewhere here, because I never actually, I mean, this tint works quite well, but I wanted this to be higher to actually completely block the sun, instead of just giving me a less sunlight by having this tint. Anyway, this has beauty lights, which is fine, and also when folded on the side, it can also be tilted a little bit, and then if you unfold here, and this can be like a little sun blind if in case your sun is on the side of yours. So this is completely closed, and that is slightly adjusted to block the sun from this portion of the glass. And again, I wish this had a little more movement to allow this sunlight go a little more down like that. But it was, I mean, it was okay. I did not have to stop my driving because this was in a little bit weird place, or because of the sun blocking me the entire overview. No, it was okay to continue the trip. Just a little bit of improvement, on my opinion, could have been done while designing the car. However, having this huge panoramic windshield is a big benefit in case you are on a road trip somewhere in a beautiful country like Norway is, with a lot of beautiful places to see. And as a driver on Model Y Juniper, I don't have so much overview when it comes to enjoying the landscape. And as a driver, I often miss a lot, and only the back passengers can look around to the right, to the left, look on the panoramic roof and enjoy the view. But here on Model X, thanks to this nice panoramic view, I was able to not only enjoy the car, but also enjoy being in the car on the driver's seat and see lots of beautiful landscapes. Alright, so so far I really like the Tesla Autopilot. Not necessarily the enhanced Autopilot auto park feature, but just even the basic Autopilot on my car is a perfect and the best driver's assistant, I think, among all the cars in the industry so far. I really, and I think the second most enjoyable thing about Tesla, since the channel is called Tesla Impressions, subscribe and like, of course, is the Tesla drivetrain and the way everything is adjusted. The regen braking and the response of the acceleration pedal and the smoothness and of the driving experience. This is unlike on any other car. Again, mentioning that Zeekr 7X, which is also a luxury car, it does not have such a smooth ride like on a Model X or like on Model Y or like on a Model 3 Tesla. Even though the suspension on Zeekr is like more technically advanced, and then there are dampers, adaptive dampers as well, and everything all combined. Still on the Teslas, the driving experience is much better. And on the Zeekr, actually, even though I adjusted the regen braking from low to the maximum, even on maximum level on Zeekr, you cannot drive the car entirely with the one pedal. You still have to use brakes, and not like occasionally, but you always have to use brakes on Zeekr, because the regen braking, I mean it may be strong and it may be given the energy back technically, but the way you drive, you still have to use brakes always. Just it just gives you a tiny bit of something which is called one pedal driving, just a small impression of that, but it's actually not practical to drive a Zeekr 7X with one foot, yeah, one pedal driving with one pedal. But on Tesla is the best. On Tesla, what was that? The next best one pedal driving experience was on a Mustang Mach-E, Ford Mustang Mach-E. I have a review on that. Also check out in here in a pop-up link above. And Tesla is still number one. And of course, the acceleration on Teslas, even though on a simpler like Model 3 rear-wheel drive, it's still the best, and I'm not talking about the time from 0 to 60 miles per hour or 0 to 100 kilometers, but I'm talking about the response. Like on that Zeekr 7X, I also tried the Reno 5, I also tried the Mini, I also tried the Mustang Mach-E. It's not just that instant as on Teslas. Okay, two most important things that I like about Tesla: Autopilot and the smoothness of the drivetrain. The third one will be the efficiency and the way the car estimates the state of charge on arrival. Since this is the loaner car and Tesla is paying for the superchargers, I was not using my home charging on this during the trip to the southern Norway, but instead I was using purely the Tesla superchargers network. It's a perfect system. It shows you the number of available stalls on arrival at the supercharger, if there is a defective stall or the one which is out of service. Once driving in the parking place with the superchargers, you will see here information on the screen that the stall whatever 2C is unavailable, and then the battery management system will automatically precondition the battery before you arrive to the supercharger, and also while on the way it will show you within accuracy of 1-2% the estimated state of charge on arrival, within accuracy of 1 to 2%, which is perfect and amazing. This is the third most liked feature on a Tesla, whether it's a Model X or Model S or Model Y, which I have, or Model 3, doesn't matter. Then the seats, I believe, will be number 4. I mentioned that about already. And then oh, what else? Let's talk about the space in this Model X. Unlike Chinese cars, which looks like everyone copy pasted each other, and here in the central section of the driver's seat, in between driver's seat and passenger, every Chinese car has now a space over here, and it becomes like a really tiny awkward place with a limited usability and actually limited amount of space, and that also is relevant to the Zeekr 7X and Xpeng G6, I think. Yes, the one which is like same size and dimensions of Model Y Plaid. And in case of Zeekr, at least on Zeekr, there is, I would say, the same amount of space as here in Model X. Model X is a pretty wide car, wider than Model Y, and that Zeekr 7X, I would say, is at the same dimensions in the cabin in terms of breadth. Maybe a tiny bit smaller, but there on the Zeekr you still have this awkward hole in here. However, if we take an Xpeng G6, that one is it's like a Model Y. It's narrower car by specifications, but also on Xpeng G6, this console is really higher, and it's poorly built, everything from a cheap plastic, and it's kind of taking space from the driver and also from the passenger, because this panel is raised so much, and then as a driver on that Xpeng G6 I was not able to spread comfortably my sitting position and put my knees wider and like relax. I had to sit like this with my knees together or maybe slightly apart on a G6 Xpeng, and everything around me was just from the cheapest plastic possible. The panel over here and the panel here was just terrible, and I did not like that at all. Unlike those Chinese cars on a Model X, you have a proper central console, like more traditional design, with actually quite a deep compartment here, which I utilized as a place to hold my 1 liter Stanley thermos. It's a big place, so if you move this drawer to the side, you can place here a thermos, and you will still have a place for your like normal size half-liter bottle in the cup holder. And if you don't want your thermos to move around, you just put the bottle here, and this will be your setup. That worked for me very well. And here in the elbow support, you have just I would say the medium size compartment for your like sunglasses and couple of microfiber clothes, microfiber tissues. And of course this is also equipped with the 2 USB-C and 1 12-volt socket down there, and that is practical. And in here is my smartphone charging with induction charging and hazard light, and that's it. And the glove box can be opened from the screen. Here is the glove box, and the door bins actually of a decent size. If you take this half-liter bottle, you can put that in the door bin, and the same size door bin is on the driver's side. Alright, steering wheel has plenty of adjustments in and out, as well as up and down. I really like the shape. This cutout gives me a perfect view onto the second screen here. And what else can I say? So this 2021, late 2021 Model X has a hardware 3. So if I, 1 second, if I do like this, this has Autopilot computer, full self-driving computer 3. And I mean, it was plenty enough for Autopilot to actually handle a direct sun glare. Recently, returning from this road trip, we had a direct sunlight in my face, of course, and into the Autopilot camera. And the only message I received 2 times during like at least 40 minutes long drive, with the sun being directly into my face. I was driving at the speed limit, which was 80 kilometers per hour, and Autopilot was adjusted to 80 kilometers per hour. The only 2 messages I received, that Autopilot speed was reduced because of poor visibility, and the speed was reduced from 80 kilometers per hour to 70 kilometers per hour. And considering that I could not actually adjust the sun blind for myself to feel comfortable with direct sunlight, because I think the sun was somewhere here, and this is out of reach of this sun blind. So the sun was somewhere here. I could not adjust it properly, and if I were driving, I would actually also have also reduced the speed, maybe to 60 kilometers per hour, or 65, or similar, like 70. And exactly the same did the Autopilot. From 80 kilometers per hour, due to the reduced visibility, I received a message that Autopilot speed was reduced from 80 to 70 kilometers per hour, and that was still, and it was still able to handle the autopilot tasks with reduced speed for a while, and then actually it restored the full functionality and increased the speed to 80 kilometers per hour, and then one time shortly after this same thing happened again. The speed was reduced and then it was returned back to the speed limit. Really cool. Okay, the other thing maybe worth noticing is the air conditioning. During this trip I was using air conditioning according to my preference and the preferences of my passengers. We did not do any special super efficiency saving things. It was very comfortable inside the car. The only thing is that at settings like fan speed 4 or 5 or 6, it gets a little bit loud, I would say. It gets noticeable. It gets so much noticeable, then during the longer drive you actually become a little bit annoying of this fan noise, and you have to reduce the fan speed maybe from 6 to 3 or to 2. If it's below 3, it's 3, 2, 1, then you don't hear it at all. But maybe it's just because I did not use the trick. So we were driving in summer. Normally in summer you cool the cabin, and once the cabin is cooled you just close the loop and let the cooled air circulate only inside the car, instead of taking the hot air from outside and cooling it down again. So this is the important feature and the trick. Alright, the other really cool part about Tesla and overall Tesla impressions is of course having a rear screen for the passengers. It may seem not so important because nowadays everyone can just take a tablet, but having a built-in entertainment screen is actually really comfortable. You don't have to carry another thing with you. You don't have to carry that other tablet's charger with you. And actually with Model X Plaid, having a separate tablet is not practical, because on the second row here on the driver's seat there is no any pocket, and of course you could have installed here like a tablet holder, but then having a tablet here, having a tablet here, it's just too close, and having a little entertaining screen just to be able to to occasionally look what's happening there and watch a TV show or whatever is pretty cool. And then you don't have to charge it, and you don't have to worry of this tablet falling down, or in case of some emergency braking, you don't have to worry about this thing flying around in the car. It's actually very convenient, and passengers are entertained and the time flies much faster. Alright, let's talk about a cargo space, and this is something with which in the Model X is a little different from the Model Y. So when you have a third row unfolded like now, the only thing you can fit is like a carry-on luggage, which is like 50-55 centimeters by 40 centimeters, and this fits perfectly here. Then if you remove this, if you remove this and then you remove the carpet here, the rubber mat, then you have quite a deep compartment in there. And in this deeper compartment you can also fit the same carry-on. Hold on. Okay, if you also remove this, then the same carry-on goes in here, and you can actually hide it completely there and cover it up like so. And also this can be installed on the lower level like so. Here is small compartment, and here on the side where I have a 4-liter can is quite a substantial compartment as well. Now there is a cool feature which I need my smartphone for to demonstrate you. Before I do that, let's take a look. So here is the button to fold. Okay. Now, to fold the third row seats, we need to raise this wooden divider like so. This can go back. Okay, here is the button. Here is the button. And here is how much space you have. But what you don't have is you don't have any parcel shelf, and you don't have any divider between the passengers and the cargo. Okay, let's talk about this feature which has now been brought to Model Y Juniper. So if I close the trunk, and in the meantime I advise you to subscribe to my channel and smash like if you are getting value from the video. Okay, now with my phone being with me, I approach to the car close to the trunk, and I stand here for a while. I think maybe the car has to be closed. Okay, first I will close the driver door. Now I will close a Falcon wing door also from here. You see, it has a little problem, it doesn't work, but it works here. Okay, now I will walk away from the car. I will let the car lock. Okay, the car is locked. Now I will go around and I will show you the automatic trunk opening feature. But for this you cannot, you need a smartphone with you. Not only the key card, but you need a smartphone with you in the pocket. So you approach to the car and stand next to the trunk. On the Model Y it works better. It recognizes you faster. But not here. What's happening? Okay, let's try with the trunk. On Model X, I recently noticed that it actually works with the Frunk as well. I'm connected to the car. Okay, connected, of course. Now, with my phone connected to the car, I come here. And it opens up the Frunk. So it beeped 3 times before recognizing me, and on Model Y it beeps 5 times before recognizing me. And I'm not sure if the next feature, the automatic Frunk, is on my Model Y, but recently I discovered that this is on Model X, which is cool. Here is quite big space, unlike on Model Y, where everything is just in hard plastic. Here on Model X, you have like a textile wrap, which I'm not sure whether it gives a lot of noise reducing feature or not. I mean, contributes to the vibration, noise and harshness. But on Model Y I think it's more practical, because then you can put some dirty boots or whatever. Okay, now let's check the space in the frunk. Here is the same carry-on luggage. I can easily put it down here, and whether I can flip it like so. Yes. So once I take my Model Y back from service, the first feature I will have to test is then automatic Frunk. You see? I think this feature could be in the Model Y, but not yet available, and Tesla will eventually just release a software update over the air and bring this feature to the Model Y. Because so far, at the launch video of Tesla Model Y Juniper, and also in like a deep dive review when Lars Moravi, the Tesla engineer, was with Jay Leno and with Frunk on the Jay Leno show, they did not announce, and also in the release video of Model Y, nobody announced that feature, the automatic Frunk. The only thing they announced was the automatic trunk feature. When you stand to the trunk, it opens up, but not the Frunk. So it's very interesting to find out what will happen with the update of Tesla Model Y Juniper. What else I can say? Overall, I really enjoyed driving a Tesla. I did not enjoy so much missing my Tesla and driving this loaner car, but at least I have an opportunity now to try Model X and Model X Plaid for real, not just for a 2 hours test drive, but like for almost 3 weeks what I have tried it so far. And of course I have an opportunity to tell you about this car, which is different from Model Y. And what is particularly noticeable is the ride comfort, the adjustable air suspension and the adjustable dampers. And when you do change from sport to comfort, you really notice the difference. Like on the highway, if I when I used the very lowest suspension level on a Model X Plaid, and the sport setting for the adaptive dampers, I instantly noticed that there was much more road noise coming inside the cabin, and the car became to behave different way. It was more accurate in the corners. It was a little stiffer. The suspension was stiffer, and I could handle the higher speeds better. Rather than in comfort mode, the car was really soft and nice, and the noise level went down, and all the bumps were the car was passing smoother. And it is something noticeable here on Model X, and not really noticeable on cars like Zeekr 7X, where the sport mode is just really soft. But on Tesla it's in the proper way. I think this was pretty much everything from my experience driving a Model X in summer. And if you liked the video, definitely smash like and subscribe to my channel to see whatever will be the next review and to get to know about the outcome of my Tesla Model Y repair and whether Tesla will actually be able to permanently repair the car, or if they will fail and I will have to either replace the car or return the car, or maybe keep the car with a big discount or with whatever excuse or apologize Tesla will offer me in order to motivate me to keep the car. Okay, that was all from me for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.